So let's go to Miximo, and we'll find a character we like. Somebody with 2 arms, preferably. And that doesn't have a crazy body. It's like this guy here. Oh, he's horrible to look at. How about this guy? I hate working with a character where he's got weird spikes on him. God dang it, all I want is a normal dude. Or dudette. Alright. Download this character, right? As an FBX. His name is Remy, apparently. And then we open up Maya and drag him in. And so the problem, obviously, is that if you wanted to animate this dude, he doesn't have any controllers to him. And if we look at a skeleton, it's just a skeleton. There's no controllers. You guys know how to do that, how to put those all on manually, but that's where whatchamacallit, AdvancedSkeleton5 comes in handy. And we are going to do auto rigging in there, but just not right now. So if you close this all up and you go to Tools, and you go to Name Matcher, which is kind of weird, you'll see all this stuff here. And that's great. So what we want to do here is create and place a fit skeleton. So what AdvancedSkeleton5 does really well is creates a controller skeleton for your thing. Remember how the other thing had like 3 skeletons? So this is still the skeleton that has all the animation on it from Miximo. And we can still use the skeleton to control stuff, but right now what we're going to do is create a skeleton on top of it with controllers. So we're going to create create a place fit skeleton first of all, and then we're going to build advanced skeleton on top of that. And then we're going to transfer skinning, or constrain to joints. No, it doesn't like these ones. It shouldn't be a problem. Clear all, one more time. Got that. Oh, did I already do it and I just didn't realize it? So now you should be able to grab these controllers. Yeah. No, it's giving me an error. Of course it is, because it's that kind of day. Remember I mentioned it's that kind of day? So anyways, this is what this is really good for, is building a skeleton that will then control a different skeleton when it actually works. Because it's giving me there we go. Let's see if that'll work. Nope, it's still not giving it to me. Oh, that's hilarious. Alright. We'll try one more time from the top. Like I said, I have a feeling nothing works today. Just know that Advanced Skeleton 5. This is what it does really well. It takes an existing skeleton and puts a control rig on it. That's what we use it for. And I'm going to go cry in the corner. Anybody have any questions about how to almost use this? Oops. File, new scene. Drag in the Remy dude. Name matcher. Let's see if I don't do a place fit skeleton, if I just build advanced skeleton. Oh, no. That one first. Then that one. Then this one. Yay, look at that. It's that easy. Wow, Maya's just being cranky as all heck today. I swear some sort of upload went in and it's ruined my version of Windows, and that's causing all sorts of issues. So now that you have this nifty skeleton on here, you can see that his original skeleton is in here still too. If I show polygons, you can't really see it. There's like two skeletons on top of each other. Anything that says Miximo is the original one, I believe. And all this stuff here, this might be the original one here. And we'll figure it out. Doesn't really matter. So all you need to do is, if you want to animate a Miximo character, is animate this new skeleton, and it works just like the human IK one, right? It has all the same stuff: a mover object and feet that are IK'd. And I'm not sure what this does. Oh, that's hips. And the big plus to this is if I go over to AdvancedSkeleton5, I can open up the Maya Biped picker, right? And it gives, this is just like the human IK thing. So now I can select all, which is great to have when you're animating, you know. I can select fingers here, so if I just want to rotate these 3 fingers, I can totally do that. It gives you a lot of advanced skill set. There is a way to auto-rig with it, and I'm not sure what the sequence is. I have to go back and check. But it used to be super easy where it was a button, and it's not anymore, which is not super great. However, it does do this really well. However, they do hide this functionality way down deep in Tools, Name Matcher. Right, you would think this would be like Create Control Rig. It should be like a whole thing here, and it's not. Which leads me to believe that this might be originally authored in a different language, and it's just like German or something, because it's not coming through. Like the naming conventions are a little bit odd. They have joint size right on here. You can do a lot with this. And it helps you here, like if you want to export this. Here's Roblox and FBX export, Mannequin for Unreal, or control rig export. So you can actually export a control rig into Unreal, all these things here, and then animate it there, but you don't want to do it quite yet. Someday. It's got a walk designer. Neat. Does it animate it for you? It does. Oh, don't tell anybody that that exists. Jesus. Animation class, stop. Nobody look, because we're doing walks in class. Erase this videotape. Oh look, here's walk angry. Wow. Here's walk cute. Walk feminine, walk macho. This is exactly the homework I had for the class today in my animation course. Sneak. Oh, that's too funny. Any questions about this, other than how to make it? I didn't know it had a walk designer in it. That is a weird little bit of a weird little bit of fluff. Their walk cycle is 32 frames. Interesting. Where's the animation? Do I have to bake it in order to get the animation off of it? Interesting. So this is running animation layer on top of the other stuff. Like if I pick all of it, is there any keys? There's no keys. Oh wait, missed one. If I select all, there's no keys. No, you can't use this for your animation. Well, unless you knew how to bake it, right? So if you do, where am I? Modeling, get back into animation here and go key, bake keys. And then you could go in here and remove the keys that you don't need. For instance, if you went in and looked at this, Windows, Animation Editor, Graph Editor. That's weird. Why are they all straight lines? There's nothing on the hips. Oh, it's not on that, it's on this. His little arrows, that piece there. Windows, Animation Editor, Graph Editors. So just an FYI, if you have to bake something in order to get the animations out, right? Obviously you don't want all this crap in here for the walk cycle, and you really don't need it, right? Like for a walk cycle, for the hips moving, like that's all you need. You just can clean up the curve that way. That's probably the fastest way. Just got to make sure you leave all the extreme peak bits. Weird. This must be a mocap. Look at it's not perfectly equal. It's all over the joint. And whoever cleaned up this mocap did not do a very good job. Yeah, those of you who want to clean up motion capture, this is what you be doing. So if I go back here now and I play that, it's a little smoother. Look how good I am. Cool. All right. Any questions about using the weirder functionalities of AdvancedSkeleton5? So just I don't know if any of you have used 3D Studio Max before, but 3D Studio Max has a thing called Biped, and Biped has a thing called Footsteps, where you can also do this same sort of thing, where you can actually, it has little footsteps, and you go boop, 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 put them over, and then you tell it how long you want it to take, and it will match those footsteps. And so you can have it like make a jump. If it can't reach from one to the next, it automatically goes into a jump and then goes over to it. And then you can bake it out like I did here and make it work. If you really wanted to get at this, you could figure out like, okay, 32, so the half point of that is 16. So we know we're keeping 16, 32, and 1 on a walk cycle. So half of that would be 8. So you could probably come in here and delete like this. 8, and then that'd be 24. You probably want to be a little more careful than I am right now. Sorry to give you animation lessons in rigging class. It's a little stiff because there's probably one frame in here I should have kept, one frame in here I should have kept, one frame in here I should have kept, and one frame in here I should have kept. But still, this is a pretty decent walk cycle for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sets of frames. But I had to bake because it was it's code that was put on it to make the walk cycles. The animation layer, it's animation in playing through code. The keys actually weren't on the skeleton. I had to bake it, which means I want every time there was anytime anything rotated on the model, it put a key down here, so it did every single frame. And so I went in and then edited that in order to get to this. Sometimes you have to do this when you're rigging like this, where when you're animating. I guess it's more of an animation thing to understand how to do the rig than it is a rigging thing, and that's definitely a mocap initial walk. Interesting. Alright, now that I've gone on and on about this weirdness, do you want to look at other things in here? Like, what else does it do? It has facial stuff. Wrinkle maps? Oh wow, this does quite a bit of weird stuff. Body. I don't understand. So it used to be, that's garbage, but it used to be in body. You could hit body, and there was an auto rig button in here. You just go boink, and I thought it was one of these, and it's not anymore. So I have to kind of figure out. But it looks like they've added quite a bit of functionality to it. Cool. Alrighty. That is AdvancedSkeleton5, and that's what you should use it for. Is whatchamacallit, putting control rigs on existing rigs. So if you have a rig and it doesn't have control objects and you're looking for a quick way to put a rig on a existing rig so you can animate it more, Quick Rig does a great job at that. Or AdvancedSkeleton5 does a great job of that. I swear to God, at auto rigs, let's take a break here. What time is it? It's 10 o'clock, so we only have a half hour. So let's take a 10-minute break, and I want to look up real quick if I can figure out what the recipe is for doing an auto rig in Quick Rigs.